me just say thank you for doing this for volleyball. You know, we are the other fall sport, so it's nice to be showcased, our student athletes and the teams in this area, so thank you very much.
Yes, ma'am.
A little bit about myself. I started my high school coaching career at Bob Jones High School in Madison, and was afforded an opportunity to come back home to Mobile because grew up here and coached at a rival school that's actually in our area for 10 years. And then I really got blessed with an opportunity to come back home and coach, really come back home and coach at my alma mater, which is Satsuma High School. Started my volleyball career like the third grade playing, and so played all through high school and through college. And so volleyball's always been kind of in my blood, and it's always what I wanted to do. I'm an educator, and volleyball just affords me a different sort of classroom to keep teaching.
All right. So what are some of the things that keep you coming back every season to want to coach young ladies playing the sport of volleyball?
These kids. These kids. You know, they're the only reason we do anything that we do. It's they keep me young. I will probably be the oldest coach you talk to today, and that's okay because I'm still. They keep me that way, and I love these kids. I love what I do, where I do it, and I'm just not ready to give that up yet.
Not ready to give that up yet. So, what have you guys played any summer ball? Travel up to North Alabama, played any play dates, anything this summer? Getting ready?
We did. We went to team camp at Troy, had a great time, did a lot of team bonding, learned a lot about ourselves very early on, and you know, took that all-star break. Cali is with me today, played on the all-star team, so we're really proud of that. And we've played what, three play dates so far, and I can say that every time they've taken the court, they've gotten better. They've learned something about themselves. They've learned about each other. I think our biggest play date was last week. We have a really tough area this year, and I think the winner of our area is going to make a lot of noise.
Who's in your area?
Well, we have St. Michael's, Orange Beach, and UMS Wright.
Oh, wow.
We're going to have some tough sledding, but we're ready for that. We've been working in the off season. This may be the most intense off season we've had since I've been with these girls, and you're not going to find any kids, any student athletes that work any harder or are more passionate. I'm talking about on the court, in the weight room, at jump training, and they transfer all that back to the classroom. They're very self-disciplined. They are amazing kids. So that play date, I think, was a little nerve-wracking for us because we didn't quite know what to expect. Obviously, it's still preseason. It was at that point still July. We are not peaking yet, which is a good thing because we're seeing some great progress. And I'm really focusing on building on our strengths and improving where our weaknesses lie, and then just improving our overall game.
So playing in these play dates, seeing some of these teams early, what does that do for your program, and how does it help your ladies?
Oh, well, I think the biggest help, that's a great question, the biggest help is we get to know ourselves. You know, the art of warfare, and that's pretty much what it is when you get across the net, is know your enemy, know yourself. So we know ourselves. The only way we're going to get any better is to know ourselves well, know our teammates well, and then watch film and study what we need to study to be successful on the court when we go into battle.
So, Coach, who you got here with you this morning?
I have two of my 5 seniors. Let me just say, this entire senior class, there are 5 of them. Every one of them has their own personal excellence. This is Cali Turpin. She is our team mom. She controls our chaos. She tells the underclassmen what they're supposed to do, what the schedule is, whose turn it is to bring the water. She really does coordinate the locker room, which is a blessing for me as a coach. And this is Madison Lynn. They both play middle blocker, and Madison's one of our co-captains. But each one of our seniors, Janie Best, Hayden Andrews, and Izzy Gibbons, are probably, as a unit, the best leaders I've had in a long, long time. This will be my 22nd year coaching.
Oh,
And to
wow.
just have that, and every coach looks for leadership on the floor, leadership when I'm not around, coach talking to each other and my voice in the locker room. And this group, they really do kind of rule as a collective. It's a panel of 5. And what they're showing their younger teammates on the court in their work ethic and the way they want to get after it, it's not uncommon for either one of these girls to stop in the middle of a drill and say, hey, and take one of their younger teammates aside and say, you need to think about this, you're not moving your feet, you need to get there. So they're really teaching. These 5 seniors are, especially these 2, and so I know when they leave me, they will leave me in pretty good hands because they're raising the next generation of volleyball players at Satsuma.
Coach, you got a favorite TV show?
Do I have a favorite TV show?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm really anxious and passionate about for the 3rd season of The Chosen to come out.
The Chosen.
My husband and I really enjoy that.
Now, if you could have dinner with anybody, and who would it be and where?
If I could have dinner with anybody, I'd probably want dinner with Jesus. I got a lot of questions to ask him, and anywhere he says to go, that's where we're going to do.
Yes, ma'am. Well, let's hear from your player. Who you bring here with you again today, you said?
My name's Madison Lynn. My name's Cali Turpin.
All right, let's hear from one at a time.
Who wants to go first?
I can go first.
All right, stand up.
All right. So, what do you have any personal goals that you want to accomplish this year personally, and what do you as a whole for the program?
My biggest personal goal is kind of like she said, to teach the younger kids that what you do off the court is much more important than what you do on the court. The 3 hours a day that we have practice, we have so much more time in our day that we're not in the gym and we're not working. So what are you doing for your team during those times? Are you fueling your body like you're supposed to be? Are you, are you making good grades in school? Are you doing something for your team? Like me and Cali are in there early every day. We're working for the locker room. We're straightening it up. We're organizing things, and we want the younger class after we leave to be able to do those things and step up for the roles that we have filled for so long as we've been on varsity since I was a sophomore. And I've been filling these roles in, and as I've grown up, there's got to be somebody behind you. You've got to leave a legacy for your team. So that's one of my biggest goals and something that I want to leave with the program this year.
And what's your position again?
I'm a middle blocker.
Middle blocker. So what goes into being the best middle blocker on the volleyball team? What would it take? Like if I wanted to play volleyball, what do I have to do to ensure I can be that middle blocker?
Well, as a middle blocker, you got to be tall. So if you're tall, then you got it. But another thing about a middle blocker is that one thing about middles is that people don't think they're as diverse as they should be. But a middle blocker role, you have to be conditioned because you're flying all over the court constantly. You've got to be able to read because you may be the biggest hitter on your team and the best blocker on your team, but the person across the net from you is the best middle blocker on their team. So you've got to be able to work around certain situations. You've got to be able to see the court, see your setter. You've got to know what ball to hit with what pass. It's just a lot of volleyball IQ that it's a really big part of that role, because if you don't know where the ball is, where everyone else is on the court, where that big 6 foot tall player across the net from you is, then it's not going to go well for you and your team that day.
I like that. She said volleyball IQ, not just athleticism. You got to know the game. And just a couple of teams came up here before you guys. You guys sound like coaches, and that to me that's awesome, because if the coach is not on the court with you, you guys are on the court, so you guys got to execute her game plan. I'm a by that. That's awesome. So with the younger kids coming up behind you guys, I heard you heard the term legacy. What kind of legacy you want to leave there at Satsuma?
Well, one thing about Satsuma is that we're one of the smallest schools. We are the smallest school in our area, and while other schools have 150 girls to choose from on their team, and they've got all these tall players that have been playing volleyball for so long, the important thing about Satsuma being a small school is that we show how much we care makes up for how little we are. Because like me and Cali have played club together, and 2 of our other seniors, we played on the same club team. And you can just tell you're committed to our school, because Satsuma really is a community of how it comes together. So the legacy of, why are you there? Why are you here? Because you're there for your school, because we don't have 150 girls. We've got 40 girls at tryouts that you're choosing from, and we make the most out of that. And we have girls that are committed to the sport and that are in there early, they stay late. They really care about the program, and that shows. Like, Satsuma may be a smaller school, but since we're such a tight-knit group and we're so close, and we have that community that a lot of these bigger schools don't have.
I heard you say club ball. You got any of that deal with beach ball or just regular indoor?
Me and Callie do not play beach. One of our other seniors, Isabella Gibbons, she plays beach. But me, Janie Best, and then Callie and Izzy all play for LAB. So.
All right. So what can you tell me about your teammate there before we bring her up?
Well, this is Callie, of course, but me and Callie are kind of like a package deal. We come together. They call us the Twin Towers. So, you know, if me and Callie are up there blocking, then that ball's going straight back down in your face, just to brag a little bit. But me and Callie, you can tell she really has a passion for the sport. She's a leader. She keeps me in track, because that can be a hard thing to do. Like, you know, as a leader, as a senior leader, it's good to have somebody that's going to keep up with you, and they're going to be your accountability partner. And she makes sure that I'm leading correctly, and I make sure that she's leading correctly, and that we're just working together as a unit. And she really is just, she's someone to look up to if you need a role model. So.
All right, come on up, Callie. And congratulations on making the All-Star. So when you heard the news you was going to be on that All-Star team, how did it make you feel?
Well, it made me feel very grateful. And it also made me feel like kind of accomplished in a way, because I had a late start in my volleyball career. I started in the 9th grade. So if I were to look at my 9th grade self, or be my 9th grade self even, and look forward 2 years to me being an all-star player, like my 9th grade self would not believe you. And that just shows when you put in the work and put in the hours, you can accomplish anything, and you can be a North-South all-star player.
So what are some of the things you want to accomplish personally this year, and also for the team?
So personally, just want to be a role model for the whole team, and again, leave a legacy that the team can replace, and have these younger people look up to me and be like, oh, I want to be like her. When she leaves, I want to become her. And really help the younger kids in any way that they can grow into us.
What are some of the things you worked on in the offseason to make sure you're ready this season?
There's really not an off season for the people that play club. We've been playing year round since I started in my 9th grade year. So in the off season for school, we're playing volleyball in club. In the off season for club, we're playing volleyball for school. So we stay on the court, we stay involved, we stay in the weight room, we stay in shape. And I also play another sport, I play soccer, so that keeps me in shape for volleyball as well. So just really staying on the court, staying involved, being in the classroom, staying involved in the classroom, any aspect of off season.
Okay, man, you said soccer. Now, what was your position?
I'm also a middle blocker.
Oh, wow. Now, you guys have played any other position that coach might had to put you in on any certain?
I got asked to move up to a different club team at the end of our club season, and I played as a right side on that. And then in the North-South All-Star game, I did play as a right side.
Okay. How was it, to play with other players that you've never played with before? Were y'all able to click? Or, does just knowing the game of volleyball, you know where to be? Explain that for us.
Yeah, so when I got asked to move up, I was really nervous because I had never played with any of the girls. And playing a new position that I've never played before set me behind a lot on that team. But when you look at how everybody just welcomed me with open arms, and then knowing volleyball IQ, knowing where to be, knowing where to go, knowing when to take the ball, when to leave it, when the setter's going to be there, when the setter's not going to be there. That all plays into the volleyball IQ. And when you have we had 8 on that team, you have 8 good girls that are committed, that play school volleyball, that play club year-round, it really works. And you can connect a lot faster than a team that doesn't play year round. But when our school team does connect, we connect in a good way.
Wow, wow. So, what's your favorite TV show?
It's my favorite TV show. Probably Grey's Anatomy. I know that's oversaid, but it's a good show. It's been around
Grey's
for a while.
Anatomy? What about you?
I would have to say Grey's Anatomy too.
It's a good show.
We're a package deal. Everything that she likes, I like.
Yeah. So, I heard you guys talking about, leaving a legacy, stuff like that. The younger young ladies that are coming up behind you guys, what are some of the things you guys teach them to do? Other than I heard what your teammates said about, coming in, cleaning this up, getting the water, stuff like that. But what are some of the, I guess you could say, personal things to you that you think they may need to know to make them a better player and make them a better, student athlete altogether?
So one is showing up early to practice. So like for me and Madison, if practice starts at 4, we're at the school by 1. That's very early for us. That's way more time than we need. But even if practice is at 4, you need to be there ready to start playing at 3:45. You can get stretched, you can get warm up, so then practice can start at 4 o'clock. And then when you show up, you need to have like everything that you need. You need to have your gear, you need to have your drinks, you need to have everything. So that way you're not scrambling at practice and you can really get started really soon and early. And then also little small duties around the locker room and even on the court, like we have to put up the net and we have to take it down. But you shouldn't have to put up the net and take it down during practice. So I really try to show them that if you get there early, you can put up the net early, then you can start practice right on time, and then you can work harder in practice because you're not starting 30 minutes later because you have to stretch and put up the net during practice time. You can do all that stuff before practice time.
Wow, and
And let me just say, I think she's selling herself. They both do sell themselves a little short. You won't find anybody that gives 1,000% effort every day like these two do, and that's huge for those younger players to see. Wow. All the things that happen off the court are just as important, but what they see, just the effort. Our standard line is best effort, best teammate every day, and that's what they are.
Oh, wow.
And that's what they show these kids.
Wow. Well, congratulations on the All-Star Week, and good luck to you guys, Coach, for this upcoming season. And thank you for coming here to the Media Day.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
All right.